Dislyte, download now.
Man, you hate to see it. You hate to see it, man. You really do. All right. So, actually, let me just turn the music off. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk seriously, okay? Seriously. And obviously, I have a funny, joking face because I feel like we've been here 10 times, a jillion times before. Now, as you guys know, I've covered a lot of gacha games, a lot of mobile games, and there's usually a point where they all do something weird. And I actually thought it was going to be the Mona skin because I have Knights Chronicles PTSD, and I'm like, here it is. That skin's going to make her bow and arrow do 16 shots, insta kill, and then on kill reset, it's going to do something crazy. That's what I thought it was going to be, but it's like, nah, we're not going to do that. It's going to be in the summons. Now, I actually said if you really pay attention to my summon video, or not my summon videos, but if you pay attention to my last update video when I was reading off everything, and I kind of said, well, it is kind of weird how the banner is going to work. It's basically like a pure rate up banner. It is kind of like Genshin Impact, I think is the best way to really look at it. I think it's the last game that I could reasonably remember how their banners work, and I think it's just like that. There's no guarantee to get the character that's on the banner. It can be rated up double, triple, quadruple, but you still got to get the thing to trigger in the first place. And what I thought more specifically that's actually awful here is that I was watching Zock's video, and he actually has like the server. I don't know how he has it access like that, but what he pretty much can see is that not only is it rated up like that, there's no guarantee that you'll get Ali. And I actually was responding to someone in one of my comments, and I actually made a joke, and I was like, I'm actually as great as the game is, I can't wait to see people raging because they're going to pity. Because think about this. Okay, so best case, this is the best case scenario. Best case scenario is that you are summoning for Ali, right? And you keep getting legendaries. You don't get Ali, but you keep getting legendaries back to back to back. And oh my god, I can't even hit the pity. This is insane. It keeps resetting. Or worst case scenario, you keep summoning, you don't get any legendaries, you hit pity, and it's not Ali, and then you keep doing that over and over and over again. You can actually end up spending a plethora of resources and not even get the reason why the banner even exists in the first place. That is why Zox made the video, and it's if you can't even think about that, like if you keep it, because I always get one of the things that I get criticized for all the time is that I feel like you should be able to obtain everything eventually in gacha games. Is that it should come down to them bringing out content, you having everything at your disposal, and you having to figure out how to beat that content. That is what I always say. A lot of people disagree with that notion. They always think that you shouldn't have everything. You should be having to do what you can. But I think after you play a game for several months to years, not months obviously, but years, after a while, like, you should have a decent amount of stuff. You should be able to obtain certain things that you want, and especially you should be able to save resources to obtain things that are not in the game, so when they do come out, you can obtain them. Like, oh, this is great, this is fantastic. But the problem here is that no matter if you've been playing the game for like a year, no matter, and like let's go free to play. You've been saving, you've done absolutely no summon. You still have your beginner summon. You haven't even gotten Liling. You haven't gotten Liling or the monkey Wukong. You haven't done anything. You have done none summons for a year from when the game first was, I guess, in beta, and you've done none. You still can't guarantee to get Ollie at the moment. You could actually go in there with the might of everything. You can go in there with the might of Visa, of the MasterCard. You can go in there with anything you want, and you might not get Ollie. And I think that that's just stupid. It's fundamentally dumb, and it's one of those things where I think in Genshin it kind of worked out, because I don't know why it worked in Genshin. If they change that, please let me know. The thing that I find that they really need to change is that specifically. I actually agree with Zox. I think that they should make it a way that you can pretty much guarantee to get him, even if they went the Epic 7 route, and I've said this also in my last video, if they went the Epic 7 route, you cannot get any other legendary when you're summoning. The only one that you can get is Ollie. He's literally the only option, and then once you get him, you can keep summoning if you want to, but that's all up to you. You got the main character. If you want to keep summoning for dupes, you can keep summoning for dupes, but now that you have the main character, you could be done. And I feel like the problem here is that when you have infinite, and this is actually a gotcha technique, is that when you give the ability of infinite, then the money can keep flowing. And most people don't like that, especially they're gonna feel like me. As you can see here, I was saving up. I have 8,500. I'm still saving. I haven't even done a stamina refresh with my gold. I've been saving up my records. What am I at? 3 something, 41. So that's 4 sets here. I'm still 60 away, right? So I will still need to go into my gems. I got about a week, and I'm sitting here trying to do the best I absolutely can. But the problem is that I still might not get them, right? Even if they do this and it doesn't reset, like I know that they were saying that the 116 or 119 or whatever like that, it's going to continue. So when Ollie's banner comes, it should still be 106 for that. But that's the justification that they're using, because they're saying, well, you know, you could technically literally summon and bring this all the way down, and then summon, then Ollie's banner comes out, summon once, and then boom, you get Ollie. And I guess they don't want that, but I don't. That would be, most gotchas separate this. This is the plain everyone's included banner, the Smash Brothers banner, and then you can have another banner that's literally the Ollie banner. This is a different thing. I think the Neath and Laura, I think that they should also be rated up as well in that banner, so that you can get a high chance to get them. And it's a separate banner, and it should be a whole event. And I think that this is where they are dropping the ball. As far as I watched Doc's video, and he said to give suggestions, and I think that one suggestion would be to just do the Epic 7 route. I think, or if you're not going to do Epic 7 route, which is he's the only legendary, make it that the legendary does not reset, the pity does not reset when you get other legendaries, so you can, and then he's the guaranteed one. Nice Chronicles, just saying, Knights Chronicles had a fantastic system where you can also get, well, actually it had a regular pity that you can get, but they also did it that if you were kept summoning on the same banner, you were given other resources similar to what they're doing. We're getting the character, the Meredith, for free, but that you would also be able to get the other character, coin system, I think it is, and the Epic 7 I think has that as well, where you can kind of like buy the character after doing a certain amount of summons on the banner, and that's the way that even if you got one copy of him, maybe you might do 2 extra pulls to get that one dupe, so you can have him duped up at least once or something like that. So that's another option as well. I think that there's plenty of options, but I think you have to have a guaranteed way to get Ollie without breaking the bank. Because if you come to, like I said, the worst case scenario where you go all the way down, let's say if you're using my account, as you can see as an example, when you're already at 106, I do 106 summons and I don't get Ollie, it resets to 119. I go all the way, let's say I would just whip out the MasterCard, go all the way down, don't get Ollie, keep swiping that MasterCard, and I still don't get Ollie. I lose my house, my brand new home, because I can't pay the mortgage, still don't get Ollie. Like you have to think about the worst case scenario, because that is what is mentally going through everyone's head. Like, is there even a point of doing this? I might as well just kind of save up my resources for when it gets better, or I might just blow all my resources and then just quit the game if I don't get anything good. That's what people start to think about when they see issues like this. Now, Ollie has, like, I mean, come on, let's be serious here. Just look at the page right now. Just look at this. I'm just saying, they clearly want you to summon for this character. The new version preview, the Lone Star, boom. They did this one. Then they did another one with the more character trailer. And they also have his Esper profile, which I think they do Esper profile, all introductions, whatever, same thing. They did that. They're doing that as well. And then they're probably going to do, like, they really want you to summon here. But the problem is that, like, without the guarantee, you could pretty much go into it and get nothing. And that's just absolutely gross. And you're going to feel gross. You're 100% going to feel gross, because no one likes that. That's what killed Summoner's War. I compare this game to Summoner's War all the time, but I was like, oh, at least this game has some type of pity. But that is why a lot of people, like, you would go so long without getting a 5-star. You would go so long without getting a ML 5-star at that too. So the problem is that you definitely don't want to have it to where people don't want to play the game because they're just not guaranteed to get anything cool or new. And that's the thing, is like you could keep summoning and get nothing. And I think that's just it. Like they just have to change that. That's the best suggestion that I can give, is to either make it You could change it that the new characters are all rated up, so like you make it that you have a high chance to get them. Also make it that you're guaranteed to get Ollie after a certain amount of summons. You can also make it that, and I feel like it was in Knights Chronicles, but you can make it that at certain tiers, let's say like half the tier you get Laura or you get Nicole, and then once you finish it out, you get Ollie. That's another way to do it. There's or you, like I said, you can do a shop, which they already have a shop in the game, but the shop can be like, now you can either purchase one of the characters that you didn't get. So let's say I got Ollie. Let's say they keep it the way that we don't like it, but you can at least purchase Ollie. So if I get Ollie, I can say, you know what, I'm gonna go purchase Nicole, or you know what, I'm gonna go purchase Laura. The goal at all times, in my personal opinion, will always be that you can get everything eventually, either through spending money to get it immediately or by properly saving your resources and getting it eventually. That is the way all gacha games should be, and the fact that they're doing it in a pretty gross way, I think needs to be talked about. I'm happy Zox made the video, and I'm making a video, and I haven't seen anyone else make the video, but I hope that they're making videos too. I think that we have to join up as a community to make sure that when games do this, I do feel like, and it is a testing, because if no one said anything, it'd be fine. They get a lot of money, and if they change it, people will say, oh, good job. You guys know I hate this, by the way. Good job, you guys listen. Making the mistake in the first place is stupid. Like, it's bad. And it's like, just, why would you do that? It's just, who thought of it? Like, how did they get the Esper? Well, there's a way that they might not get it. To even not come to that conclusion is nuts. Like, there's a way that you might not be able to get it. That should have been the first red flag going right there. There's a way that you can't get it. Red flag. Red flag in a gacha game. You should always be able to get it. Always be able to get it.